Okay, that looks better. Sorry guys, I don't know what happened with my thing. But anyway, we're back. Hey, so here's my question. Do you need a good reason to do more cooking from scratch? Hi, I'm Bernice Hunt and I am a brain health specialist. I work with women just like you who are starting to experience a few memory challenges, and I help you to stay sharp so that as you age, you can still travel, have fun with your grandkids, and experience new adventures without missing a beat. As a public school teacher for over 30 years, I've sometimes had to give my students a good reason for doing what I ask them to do. And if you're like me when it comes to cooking, you might need a good reason to do more cooking from scratch. Not to worry, because I've got several reasons why you should. Now, did you catch my video from the other day? A few days ago, I did a video and it was about the 3 benefits to more home cooking. So if you didn't check that out, it's still available on my YouTube channel, Keep Your Brain Sharp, or on my Facebook group, Keep Your Brain Sharp. So you can see it there. But today I wanted to talk more about specific things, reasons why you should really do more home cooking, the pros and cons of all of that. And so that's what we're going to get into now. Now, when I say cooking from home, I mean cooking from scratch. I'm not talking about reheating something that you got out of a can or that you emptied out of a box or a package. I'm talking about cooking from scratch with all those little ingredients that you put in yourself. Why do you want to do this? Well, basically because it's going to give you a better brain. It's going to give you better brain health. It's going to give you better nutrition, and it's going to give you better joints flexibility, which you want as you age. Okay, so you know, you're pretty familiar about the better nutrition part. We're not going to spend a lot of time on that right now, because you know that if you cook it yourself, there's more nutrients that you can put in there and less of what your brain does not need in there when you are actually putting the ingredients in yourself. The things you don't want the artificial sweeteners, you don't want the artificial flavors, you don't want the artificial coloring, you don't want the excessive salt, the excessive sugar, you don't want unhealthy fats, and you definitely do not want emulsifiers. I'm on this emulsifier trick now, guys, because I found out the emulsifiers are food glue. And when I heard that, I'm like, yuck, I'm eating food glue. You know how you tell your kids not to eat glue? Well, you're eating food glue when you're eating ultra-processed foods, and you do not want that in your food. And when you're cooking things from scratch, you don't even know how to get food glue. You can't go out and buy some food glue, so that's not going to be going into your food, okay? So you're going to be putting things in that you do want, like your unprocessed or minimally processed things, your healthy fats, okay? And your spices that have all those antioxidants in there. So you're going to be putting in those good things and not that other stuff, okay? We're talking ultra processing. That's the buzzword these days. And ultra processed foods are everywhere. They're in so many of the products and the foods that we get in the grocery store. And did you know that the ice cream that you buy at the grocery store is considered ultra processed? And guys, guess what? You can make your own ice cream. You remember back in the day you used to make your ice cream, but that was, processed, minimally processed, but you can make even healthier ice cream at home. Even healthier than my uncle used to make at home. And we used to, with the ice cream maker thing, and we just churned it and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but you can make healthy ice cream at home. It's minimally processed or even unprocessed, from bananas and stuff, guys. So there's ways to do this if you choose to. All right. What I want to let you know is with that ultra processed stuff, it may look like the food that you're used to. It may smell like it. It may taste like it. It may feel like it, but it is not. It is what they call industrialized formulations. Okay, industrialized is not a good word to use when you're talking about food. Okay, it's a version of the real McCoy, a version of the food that you grew out of the ground or out from your plants. Okay, and researchers are starting to say that even though the ultra processed foods may technically contain the nutrients that you want in there, it is not affecting your body the same way, and it is being associated with unhealthy conditions, things you do not want, like type 2 diabetes, like depression, like early death, like obesity, like some types of cancers, like high blood pressure, heart disease. Those are things that you do not want, and that is becoming more and more associated. They need to do more studies on it. They've done a lot of animal studies and also some human studies. They need to do more, but the results that are coming in are showing them that there is definitely an association with the ultra processed food, even if they infuse it with the nutrients that your body needs. The fact that they have used the emulsifiers and the artificial this, the artificial that, the artificial that, the excessive that, has an effect on your brain, on your body, because you know what? The type 2 diabetes, the obesity, they says all those things are gateways, high blood pressure, gateways into dementia. You know, and so you do not want those things occurring in your body. Also, ultra processed foods are addictive. I should not have to tell you that they're addictive, because you know, like Lay's potato chips, nobody can eat just one. You know that you start eating those things and you got to have your this, you got to have your that, you got to have your this, you got to have your that. They're addictive. They even have studies where when people stop using ultra processed foods, they experience withdrawal symptoms. Now, do you experience a withdrawal system when you stop eating a banana? I don't experience withdrawal when I stop eating an orange. But ultra processed foods, they experience withdrawal symptoms. And also we know that a lot of times they're cheaper. A lot of times they're quicker to get your hands on, and those can also be tempting factors, but just say no. Now, here's the reality. There's so much out there today. It's just like toxins. There's so many foods out there that ultra processed. It's kind of unrealistic to think that you're going to not ever eat any again. So I'm not trying to tell you to do that, but I am suggesting that you reduce your usage of that, your purchase of that, just like we try to get you to do with toxins. You're not going to be able to stay away and not be exposed to the toxins. There's too many out there. They're everywhere, but you can do what you can to reduce your exposure. You can also reduce the amount of ultra processed foods that you are putting in your body. And that's where cooking from scratch comes in, because guess what? When you're at your home in your kitchen, you're not going to have access to those things that are in the science lab that they use to formulate and create these industrialized formulations they call ultra processed foods. Okay. So you're just going to use the basic stuff. And so you're going to get a much healthier version. I shouldn't say a healthier version because it came first. It's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? The real food came before the industrialized formulation. You want to go back to the future, back to the old way of doing certain things, because it's much healthier for your body. And you can do this. And they say, the researchers say, when you do this, you can have a huge effect on not getting those health conditions over time. It can have a huge effect on your health, just because they had a study that said when they ate half the servings, that means they mixed it up. Sometimes they did eat some foods that were ultra processed, but they also intentionally stopped eating foods that were ultra processed. So instead of eating 4 to 6 servings a day of ultra processed, they may have 2, or some days they had like days when they used no ultra processed food. So you need to regularly get in the habit of reducing the amount of ultra processed food you get. And you do that by cooking the food yourself in your kitchen from scratch. Okay. And in that regard, I have a mini course that I'm finishing up as we speak, editing and getting it together, called Brain Health Snacks and Preps, to help you get into a habit of doing that. It's give you a lot of options, has a recipe book, has other things. And here's my thing. It's going to be, I'm going to notify the people that are in my private Facebook group first of exactly when it is totally finished with the videos and all of that done. I'm going to notify you in the Facebook group first, the private group that I have. It's called Keep Your Brain Sharp Community. I'm leaving the link for you. So if you want to know when you can start seeing what those things are that I'm talking about, you need to join my private group, Keep Your Brain Sharp Community, and you'll get early notification, which will be probably in the next few days, of when it is done, ready for you to check out. Okay? Because your brain's destiny is in your hands.